My name is Josh Light, and I'm a graduate assistant for Lehigh's Community Service Office. Through the Community Service Office, we reach out to children in South Bethlehem who are, by far and large, in poverty in many, many different ways. The biggest way that we do that is through our America Reads Counts program. Our America Reads Counts program connects Lehigh tutors to over 100 children and students in South Bethlehem at Fountain Hill Elementary School and Brockville Middle School. I place about 100 tutors at 3 different homework clubs, one at Fritz Memorial Church, one in Nativity Church, and one at Brockville Middle School. So throughout the year, with roughly 12 to 15 tutors on hand at each of our 3 sites on any given day, with 91 total days meeting for homework club, our tutors of this year alone have provided over 5,000 hours of tutoring to children in South Bethlehem, which is something we're really proud of. Some of our other main focuses when we provide programs, no matter what they are to provide a safe place for kids to be. Kids living in South Bethlehem don't have all that many great locations to go to after school, and if we can provide a safe space for them, whether it be at homework club or at Parents Head Out or at our other programs, we definitely take that opportunity to keep them focused on academics, and also to get homework help, and to meet with Lehigh students who are their neighbors but often don't know each other very well. It's such a combination between food, safe space, fun, enjoyment, connecting Lehigh with the community in a way that neither side fears each other anymore, and just, working with a kid who's in 4th grade, 5th grade, even 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and living with whatever role models he or she has, being able to see a Lehigh kid, or 10 or 20 or 50, that have made some pretty good choices for themselves thus far, is a huge benefit to having these programs, and it's a huge benefit to the kids on the South Side. If they can see themselves as going to college, if they link to one individual Lehigh student and say, I want to be like that guy or that girl, and that involves going to college, we've made a huge difference for that one kid. I would hope that our programs help students break free from the cycle of poverty, but that's a really large task.
My name is Naib Khan. I serve as the unit director of the 6th Street Boys and Girls Club of Allentown. Primarily the mission behind Boys and Girls Clubs of America, we're a national organization. We work with youth in terms of children as young as 5-year-olds all the way up to 18-year-old. And one of our main goals is making sure that children after school have a safe place, have a positive place. And our motto really for years has been that Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and even at the local level we try to implement this on a regular basis, is that this is a place where really you can be great, and this is where great futures start. How do we achieve that? We have set programming, of course, which is a nice balance, I would say, in terms of academic programming, but in addition, of course, we can't forget one of our primary basis when we first started Boys and Girls Club of America. It's a fun place, right, for kids to come in and have a good time. So we try to balance the academic with recreational programming as well. If you look at the majority of our population that we serve, and especially if we look at the socioeconomic indicators, a majority of our kids are very much from inner city Allentown school district, and unfortunately, I can tell you the stats, the classrooms are getting bigger, but the resources are very much not there. And that's where I think local programs such as ours with BGCA Allentown, and even I would say across the country, I think clubs and as a national organization, our effort very much in order to help address the economic inequality that exists, and helping with poverty is helping filling the gap with education. And education is a great motivator. It can help equal out the playing field if they have the right tools in place, the proper mentors, which is a huge focus for BGCA America, and of course here at BGCA Allentown too. Let's face it, at the end of the day, would we want our children out in the streets, or would we want our children in a safe space, a positive place? I know I keep saying that, but I really want to emphasize that in terms of I'd rather that our kids be in here and are being productive, and in terms of hopefully long term will contribute to being active members of society, as opposed to I hate to say it, but the streets of Allentown aren't exactly the safest space, and instead of getting caught up, let's be frank, even with our teen population, gangs exist outside. There's a lot of bad influences, and whether it's children or teen population, they can get caught up in, unfortunately, in the ills of society, so to speak. So with that being said, the fact, I think we need more programs like BGCA Allentown and just BGCA programs in general to make sure that they can keep their doors open so the kids aren't out in the street. Overall it would, I hope long term would help the economic cycle, and if they're educated citizens, if they're global citizens who are caring members of their community, the hope is long term they'll go back and contribute to their societies and their communities. Everyone across the board this week will be celebrating Boys and Girls Clubs of America and what the mission stands for, which bottom line is empowering our youth and making sure that they have a great future.